Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under. We are back with some more content. I can't lie, I've been very inconsistent with the uploads. Been off doing quite a few things recently. That doesn't matter though. We are back today with some more news regarding the great Celtic Football Club. But before we go any further though, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to help support the channel grow. And I would be forever appreciative of you guys if you did that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, two players are set to leave the club this January, and they're both going out on loan, it appears. The first is young Adam Montgomery, someone we have covered on this channel a couple of videos ago regarding his loan move away from the club. And what we said, if you don't want to go watch the video, what we said was that it was the best thing for Adam and for the club if he did go away and got some regular game time, some regular minutes. And at that stage, there were no concrete offers. You know, it was all just speculation that the club wanted, that the club and Adam thought it was best for both parties that he should go and, you know, get some more game time. But no concrete offers. You know, it was expected though it would be a Scottish or lower English tier club. But according to The Sun, Kilmarnock have in fact made an offer to take Adam on loan till the end of the season, and he's a big fan of Monty. I think that was clear from the outset. I think he really enjoyed having Monty in and around the first team, playing him very often during the start of the season. However, it is clear as time progressed that Monty was not ready to lock down a starting position in the team, and he needs to develop more as a footballer. Something only possible right now with regular game time, because he has the skills, he has the talent. It's just about honing in on that and refining and developing as a footballer. And you know what? Kilmarnock, they're in a very similar position to Celtic in that they're fighting for the league that they are in, and they need to go for promotion, whereas Celtic are just, you know, going to win the league back and win £40 million in the process. And look, going to a club, albeit in the Scottish Championship, a club that is needing to win week in, week out, the same as Celtic, certainly, in my eyes, will do Monty a world of good. You know, I think going to a club that does need to win week in, week out, and a club that expects result is only a good thing for a player, because it puts that not pressure, but it gives that intrinsic motivation to someone. I can't remember, it's extrinsic or intrinsic motivation, and it gives that player that confidence and that boost in order to help develop them as a footballer. And look, I think going to a club like Kilmarnock is a much better move in my eyes than going to a move like St Johnstone, who are in a relegation battle at the moment, but are still in the Premiership. Actually, to be fair though, you know, going to a club that is in a relegation battle, they need results week in, week out. So maybe it's kind of the same gravy, but I think trying to avoid, actually, I don't know. I think Kilmarnock is the best option right now, rather than going to a lower tier Scottish Premiership club. I think, even though, you know, the Championship and maybe easier teams, I think the competition is still very good, and I think going for a promotion in a three-way battle right now with Arbroath and I can't remember who the other team is. Maybe, I think it's Dunfermline, maybe, I'm not too sure. However, I think it will do Monty a world of good, and hopefully this deal can go through in the final week of the transfer window, because we want Monty to go out and loan and get game time. We want him to come back as a better player, and even if it isn't Kilmarnock or some other Scottish club Championship or window, because the most important thing for the player for Monty is to go get that regular game time. And the same goes for another one of Celtic's fringe players, Mikey Johnston. A report has come from the Daily Record that Aberdeen are considering making a loan move for Mikey for the final months of the season. And, you know, heading into the back end of the season, the report says that Stephen Glass, who is Aberdeen's manager, of course, wants to bolster his attacking ranks with a bit of pace. Adding to the speculation, it further goes on to say that Scott Brown actually put in a vote of confidence for Mikey. He gave what the term they used was a glowing recommendation for young Monty, which convinced Glass to, you know, look at making a move for him. A 22-year-old winger. Personally, I'm not sure what is up with Mikey. I can't lie. Whether all the injuries, you know, have absolutely ruined his ability to play consistent football week in, week out, because, you know, he's got skill and he's got talent. That's not a question. Every Celtic fan knows that. The issue is that he cannot do it week in, week out. You know, sure, he's got some fine skills in his asset. You know, he can dribble the ball really well, but when it comes to that final ball, it's either, you know, the pass either is too big or too short, or the shot is too weak, or just goes off target. You know, something I don't know with Monty. Maybe it is the fact that he can't play regularly week in, week out and develop and develop that final ball again. But look, I think everyone can have their own judgment on Monty. I hope he can still become good. I hope I can still, there is the possibility that he can become a Celtic winger in the future. I don't rule that out because it's always a possibility in football, but he really needs to put his head down and really focus on this part of his career, because he's going through the early 20s, which is so crucial to a footballer's development, and going to a club like Aberdeen might just be the best thing for him, He'd be playing on the wing in a front three that includes Christian Ramirez, one of the better, target men in the league right now, and playing with him week in, week out, always trying to have the final ball to reach him would certainly help improve, his passing game and even his finishing game in some instances, I think that's the best move for him. And look, if worse comes to worse with injuries and we do need Mikey back, we can always recall him from loan. I don't think that's an issue. Maybe Ange will be reluctant to send Mikey out on loan. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, but I don't think it should be a major issue. And look, to be honest, I think with Abada finding some form recently, I personally am not opposed for Mikey going out on loan. I think Abada is really, nailing down that backup right wing spot. I think Forrest still nudges him out just, and I think when Kyogo and Dyson are both here as well, I think Abada will certainly be on the bench. But I think for now, Abada is certainly, I'd be much more comfortable having Abada in the team than Mikey. That's just my opinion though. And look, I think, Aberdeen, I think, would be a great move with them, playing with someone like Christian Ramirez, playing with Scott Brown, who was a mentor for him during his time at Celtic. And I wish Mikey the best of luck if he does go out on loan. If he does stay at Celtic, hopefully he can nail down and try and push for a starting role. It's very unlikely, but hopefully he can start developing more as a footballer, because if he doesn't during this point of his career, it's really going to be hard later in his career to develop, those skills to become a world-class footballer. But elsewhere in the news, there is a brief update regarding Callum McGregor. It does not sound good at all. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't make it sound any promising at all, because it isn't promising. It isn't good. It's really disappointing, and it's really upsetting as a Celtic fan, because the initial feeling, after the Alloa game was that from Ange, especially, that the feeling was that McGregor's going to be out for quite a few weeks. It wasn't a short-term thing. A couple of days have gone by, and he's still waiting on scans, but it's suspected that he has suffered either a broken jaw or a broken cheekbone, and it would be very, very, very lucky for McGregor to walk away with just some bruises if the scans do return like that. And look, now, the scans haven't returned yet, as I just said, but it does not look good. It looks very, very bleak for our captain. And now the time frame for a facial fracture, I guess we could say, is usually and most commonly from the 6 to 8 week mark. And if this does turn out to be the case, Cal Mac will not only be missing the crucial Glasgow derby, but he will also be missing both the away and home legs of our crucial round of 32 Conference League fixture against Bodo Glimt. And it's a huge blow for us Celtic. It is losing our captain is absolutely terrible. It's so heartbreaking for us as fans, and I'm sure for Ange himself, because he knows how crucial McGregor is to this team. He is the heart and soul. He is the engine. He keeps this team running, and it's a huge blow, especially considering the lack of midfielders we currently have at the club available right now. And even though McGregor's leadership is almost as valuable, as his on-field ability, we have McGregor's not your typical CDM who wins the ball back every time. He isn't the N'Golo Kante. McGregor is that ball distributing CDM who can win the ball back, but his best asset is his on the ball work, because he can just distribute it so well. And it's really frustrating, because we have Joe Hart, who is our leader as well, but having your captain play outfield brings a different gravy to the table. It's going to be really hard without him, but it poses the question: how do Celtic move from this? What is our midfield going to be looking like in the upcoming fixtures when David Turnbull won't be fit to play? We have Tom Rogic going on Australian national team duty, and then also McGregor's injury. What is it going to look like? I think our strongest midfield trio would be Near Baton at CDM, Rio as the box-to-box, and then our new signing, Matt O'Reilly, I think we have to throw him in the deep end and play him at cam. You know, O'Reilly and Rio, they could alternate positions, you know, centre mid and cam. But I think that's our strongest lineup right now. You know, I don't want to see McCarthy starting matches. I don't. And then you've got Yasuki as well. I don't think Ange will want to risk him if he is, you know, still carrying a knock from that horror tackle he suffered against Alloa Athletic. That only warranted a yellow card. It was a brutal game. But still, nonetheless, I think that's our midfield trio. While McGregor, Turnbull and Rogic are unavailable, you know, that McGregor, Turnbull and Rogic was our best midfield trio in the first half of the season. Now they're all gone. We have to improvise, and I think that is going to be our strongest one. Baton, Rio, O'Reilly. I think Ange will think this exact same thing. And hopefully the three of them can work together well, because we're going to need that to happen for crucial matches against Hearts, Dundee United and Rangers. We need to be picking up 9 from 9 in those 3 matches without a doubt. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But terrible update for McGregor, and hopefully the scans come back positive. Fingers crossed. It's a slim chance, but it's the best chance we got. But that is all from me. So I hate to end the video on a negative term, on a sad term, but it is what it is. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below what you think our best midfield trio is right now with those 3 players out. And until next time, hail, hail.